Good morning, everyone. Mike here. Welcome back to my latest episode of My Parkinson's Journey. Today is Monday, December the 15th. Christmas right around the corner. Hope everybody's getting prepared. Let's get right to it. First of all, I want to thank everyone for watching, subscribing, liking. Please do that. Please tell your friends. Please share it. Please share the vlog. I really appreciate it. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. So, the week. How's my week been? Actually, it's been interesting. The big highlights of it were I went to Saturday. Saturday was a big day. This past Saturday, I went in the afternoon. My wife and I went to the Philadelphia Wings home opener, and I shared a little reel on that, a short on the channel. I like to show when I do something out of the ordinary from what I do, to show that, just because I have Parkinson's doesn't mean I don't live a very full and fulfilling life. Then Saturday night, I went out with a bunch of friends from college, which was greatly, greatly enjoyable. Don't get to see those people that often. And, it was fun. I can say. And then yesterday we dealt with the snow, so it's very cold here in New Jersey right now, for those of you who aren't. So if you're in a warmer climate, I am very, very jealous. So, but, it's been an interesting week, though. The one thing that happened this week that kind of caught me off guard was last Friday. I had a day where about 5 a.m. I woke up feeling very, very disoriented. Very like I wasn't like I didn't know where I was, but everything just felt off and bad the whole day. I had been to the gym earlier in the week and was planning on going again Friday, and I just didn't even want to get in the car. I just tried to lay as low as I could, and I was better by Saturday. These things do happen. Just hope to keep them at a minimum. I don't plan them. I don't know what could have triggered it. I have no idea. The one thing that I'm seeing with a lot of other people who have Parkinson's vlogs is that things come from out of nowhere, and you never know when they're going to happen. You've just got to be ready to roll with it, and that has been the number one challenge for sure in this, among many, which leads me to the big event of the week. I'm going to apologize in advance to family and friends who are not aware of this yet. There is no easy way to tell anybody. I've been on a leave from my job at Lowe's. I worked at the Deptford, New Jersey store as what they call an MSA, on the merchandising service team. Basically what we did was we built displays, we moved stuff around, we changed shelving, we did anything and everything in the store. It was a great job. It was 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. I had a retail job where I didn't work weekends. They do exist. But it was a very, very physical job, a demanding job. There was a pace you had to keep up. And I have learned in the 6 months that I've been diagnosed with Parkinson's that certain things are not what they were. Balance, stamina, depth perception, That is a big, some of the bigger issues I'm dealing with. After consulting with my doctors and sitting down with my wife and going over our options and what we needed to do, I have left Lowe's. It was a very, very difficult decision. Our identities are from our jobs. I didn't want to do this. It was by far maybe the hardest decision I've ever had. My wife and I sat down. We talked about it. We've talked about it for months now. We went over the financial numbers and felt it was the only decision to keep myself safe, my coworkers safe, customers in the store safe. The risks did not were greater than the benefits were of staying, of trying to stay. I have applied for early Social Security and have gotten that. I also have applied for Social Security disability. Social Security was very, very helpful. I can't say that enough. It was a little surprising. I won't lie about that. Both the gentleman who set up my appointment and the gentleman who called, I did everything over the phone. I didn't have to go to an office. I didn't have to, do anything that was really crazy. Sorry, I don't mean to do that. But it is what it is. I can still work. I can only make a certain amount working, though. I'm trying to figure out what I can do, what I want to do. I think if it's a job where I'm doing a majority of it sitting, that would be the preference. Work from home would be even better. If anybody watching has anything or knows of anything, and you think I'm capable of it, please send it my way. How do I feel about this? Not as, I'm 64 years old. I'm not ready to pack it in completely. That's for sure. I'm coming to an acceptance of it. I am okay with it. I know it's the right decision that had to be made. I'm sure family and friends will be uncomfortable with it. Think my wife and I are going to be out on the street, but we are not. We are try to be careful people with our money. My wife will probably be, we will make these decisions together. That's what definitely will happen. That's for sure. I couldn't have made this decision without her. Not only her support, my wife Christine is just, like I said, she's my rock. She keeps me straight, keeps me steady, and doesn't let me feel sorry for myself. I have nothing bad to say about Lowe's. They didn't force me to leave. I was with them for 3 years. It was by far the job I enjoyed the absolute most. It was something different every day. I'll figure out what I'm going to be doing. This whole the whole thing about Parkinson's is it's just constant adjustment, uh, from day to day, even sometimes. And this changing working is just another adjustment. Um, uh, I'm not trying to over analyze it. I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, what am I going to do? I will figure it out. I have appointments set up with vocational rehab in New Jersey here to see if they can help me figure out what I can do. Um, that's not going to cost me anything, so why not take advantage of it? The um, it'll work out. I mean, that's all I can say. I'm confident in that. Uh, I'm going to try to figure out until I get something to how to fill my day. Hopefully I'm not as fatigued. That comes and goes. I've been trying to force myself to um, to go to to do things, to stay up. Going to the gym will help. I've enjoyed that when I've done it so far. And, I got to keep moving. I've got to stay positive. I've got to keep myself as positive as I can. I can't say that enough. Um, this condition thrives on being miserable. And I'm just not going to be, or try not to be anyway. Um, you know, um, we'll see how it goes. I don't call myself retired. Um, I don't like to use that word. I will say semi-retired, or maybe between engagements right now. I guess that's another way you can put it. But we will see what happens, and that's all I can do. Future's bright. It just is. There's a new year coming. The holiday, Christmas is coming, and you know, um, I'm not gonna sit here and be miserable. I'm just not. So that's it. That's a pretty big step this week. To be honest with you, I wasn't sure if I was even going to talk about it. Um, it's almost like if I don't talk about it, maybe it really didn't happen, which is a little weird, but it's like that. What can I say? I didn't want to do it, and I had to do it, and you know, things things will be good. Trust me on that. My wife and I will get through this together. I'm not in this by myself. She's an absolute integral part of me being able to handle this whole situation. So let's try to move on to what's coming up ahead for this week. One thing I forgot to mention was I had gotten an email over to from my alma mater, Rutgers University in Camden, where I was a history major. The history department has invited me back to be a judge in a history project competition for high school students. I think it's in March. I, of course, accepted the invitation. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It will be great to be back on campus. I haven't been there very rarely since I graduated in the mid-'80s. Ironic that happens the same week I go out to dinner with my friends from college. Um, uh, you know, that's kind of, I guess, fortuitous or karmic, I guess, if you want to say that. So that's something that's going to be coming up, and I'm really looking forward to it. Um, I'll be hitting the gym this week, that's for sure. Having my exercise class is always on Wednesday. Keeping moving, trying not to stay still. That's extremely important, like I say. Um, we have a family party Saturday uh, at my wife's aunt's house. It's her father's side of the family, her late father. Um, the that's always fun. It's in Berwyn, Pennsylvania, which is a beautiful home. We will enjoy seeing everyone. Um, have not seen a lot of the people since the summer when we were all in Avalon, New Jersey. And it's always a good time. It also is with all her aunts and uncles as they get older. Who knows how many more of these there are going to be? And you enjoy every year one and appreciate every minute you're there. My wife and I have Christmas shopping to finish up. I'm pretty much done with her. I'm not going to reveal what I've gotten. I will after Christmas. Um, so we'll get that done. Um, you know, my wife is going back to work on Thursday. She has been out um, since September, dealing with the after effects of the death of her mother and uh, my diagnosis. Um, she has made great progress, and I'm very proud of her, and I love her very much, and know she will be fine going back, and if she will handle things better. That's something we need to talk about, or I need to talk about on the channel here. The effects of this on caregivers. Uh, it, I know those of us with Parkinson's tend to like to talk about how it affects us, but it's not just us. It is a tremendous gut punch to your partner, to your significant other, to your entire families. And, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Um, I want her to feel comfortable in sharing how she feels. Um, so that will be something that will be coming up probably sooner rather than later. I think it needs to be talked about, not only for us, but to help other people, and maybe some other people out there can help her. A while back we were at the Caregiver Expo that I showed on the channel, um, and my wife talking to other caregivers that, again, it's like my exercise class, and talking to other people who have vlogs about Parkinson's, that when you're not alone, it it just it just helps. I can't describe it any other way than that. That feeling of not feeling like you're the only person out there dealing with this is it just helps. It really does. Um, and I want to thank everyone for watching again. Please hit like and subscribe. Um, Share it. I'm trying to grow this thing, not because I've got anything profound to say, but the more we interact with each other and share with each other, and anybody with Parkinson's, please reach out, or caregivers, please reach out to me. We will get through this together. And, you, you know, that's, what can I say other than that? I'm enjoying doing this greatly. It is not only fun, it's cathartic for me. And my friends who suggested this idea were dead on about doing this. And I'm grateful to them for kind of nudging me into doing it. I want to close with one thing, though. Today would have been my mother-in-law's 79th birthday, I believe. 79. My wife will correct me if I'm wrong. We lost her on February 14th, Valentine's Day. 3 weeks after she was diagnosed with small cell lung cancer. We blinked and she was gone. The loss to my wife and my brother-in-law cannot even be grasped. My wife called her every day and they talked all the time, and that's a void that will can never be filled. But it has been a huge void in my life, not having her. I talk about all the time how lucky I am that I have my wife, but when Jay and Kathy McDonald accepted me into their family, I never realized how it would change my life. They were both great people. My mother-in-law would have been a tremendous source of strength to us in this diagnosis. Not that she knew how to fix it, but she would have kept us calm and would have listened, and I miss her greatly, and just wanted to publicly say that. She was a very special person in my life. I lost my mother at 14. From 14 until the time I met my wife, I was 27. I hadn't had much of a traditional family structure. My father did the best he could, but, he was from the World War II generation. It just, was what it was. And I don't say that as a criticism. I love my father and miss him greatly, too. But the Christmases, the birthdays, last year for Christmas, I wore a T-shirt that said "Forced Family Fun" on it, and that was kind of a joke to my mother-in-law, and But I miss her greatly. I will miss going there on Christmas Day. I miss her tremendously. Hold your relatives close. Hold your friends close. Tell people what they mean to you while you can. Don't wait for regrets or anything like that. Let me again say thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope everyone has a good week. We will be on the home stretch to Christmas next week when I talk again. And I think next week, the best thing to discuss would be how to get through the holidays with Parkinson's, how I'm going to handle it, and, things like that. So take care, everybody. I will talk to you later.